Hey guys, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the studio, which has been updated a little bit. I hanged up some panels, I brought the monitors and audio interface from home. There's still work to be done. I still have to hang up more panels that I still have in my own town. And also I have to buy the bass traps because I don't have them. I want to buy them already done because I'm too tired to start building new panels also in this new home. I don't have all of the tools that I need. There's also quite a big problem here in the listening position with some frequencies. There is a build up in some frequencies, and I really hope the Sonar Sound ID will solve the problem. Also a couple of updates for those who are more interested in, how my adventure is going. I've been playing a couple of gigs these last 2 months abroad. I went to Budapest for the Fiddle party, and I went to Barcelona past week for the Media Crew party. Both parties were super good, and especially the people involved, the organizers, the people who hosted me, they were exceptional people. I had a great time. I hope I have more soon. I have 3 vinyl releases already confirmed. 2 are on 2 various artists, and the third one is my first full vinyl EP. It will be 3 tracks plus 1 remix, and it will be on another label of a friend that I can't reveal yet, but stay tuned because good things are happening in the future. In this video I want to give you my little 3 tips that are just an input to move closer to finding your sound and being more original. It's of course a very wide and complicated topic, so I'm not supposed to cover it in this video, but for sure I hope that these 3 tips will, keep you inspired, motivated to keep going, to keep doing your researches. So let's get it started. In my opinion, when looking for your sound, looking for being original, the first thing to know is that it depends a lot on your influences. What is the music that you usually listen to during the day? Having a wide musical knowledge as a listener for sure subconsciously affects you also when you're making music. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of talented minimal house music producers, they probably listen more to other genres rather than the genre that they make, that they produce. And you can learn this when you find out some new edits from them and you think, what song is this? I never heard about it, but it's so good, the song that they edited. And they probably found out when listening to other music, so that's what I mean. We have our favorite artists, of course, but we also should go looking for those ones in the scene that are a bit more unique than other and consider their music for improving our own music to get inspiration from, because what I see is that a lot of for a new producer, this is also something natural. We want to make the music that is trending at the moment, but at a certain point I think we need to try to be different and so detach a little bit from the main trending subgenres of minimal house music. The second tip is about finding a bunch of sounds and techniques that you like to use, that you like to make tracks with, and stick with them for a bit. So instead of completely changing everything on every track, you have those common things in few tracks of you, maybe 5, 6, 10 tracks, that creates a sort of musical connection between them. And so that also the listener can recognize these common things and credit the song to you, credit the tracks to you. Through the time that you're making these tracks, that you're finding these sounds and techniques, some of them will stay, some of them will fade away. This depends on your taste and on testing what you like and what not. And I'll give you a few examples based on my tracks. Almost every one of my tracks have an electric piano. I love the sound, I love the way it gives groove to the track. For example, this new track that I'm working on has an electric piano. You can hear that, it's very subtle. It's a very subtle one, but it's there, and I like it. I like the way it creates these little details in the track. So that's part, for example, of my sound. Another example of a technique that I've been using on many of my tracks is doing some sort of little solos, because I can't call them melodies because it's too long, it's too wide, the loop, and so I prefer to call them solos. For example, still in this track I have one. This weird sound, a little bit stoned. So that's an example, but as I said, I have it also on other tracks. For example, on my track Noli Me Tangere. And this is made with an electric piano, by the way. And I did it also on my track Trenta, which will be out soon on a very nice Italian label. So this can't be called a melody, okay? It's more of a solo, and it's something that is recurrent on my tracks. And of course, as you can hear from this track, there's the guitar, which is recurrent. I played the guitar on this track, I played it on my track Biancaneve, I played it on my track Prima del Mattino. So also guitar is something that is recurrent in my tracks. And last but not least, I also have some pad sounds that I really like and that are recurrent in my tracks. In particular, the CZ sound that I've used in my Boy remix for MA. And also in some other upcoming tracks. Then I have my way of treating vocals, then I have my favorite samples, etc. So there are things that are consistent through my tracks and that I change maybe once in a while. And all of this, most of the time, starts from pure experimentation, from testing new techniques, from taking inspiration from other genres and different artists. The third tip might look like the opposite of the second one, but actually, as I said, it all starts from experimentation. So every once in a while, I enter in what I call a free flow mode. So I start experimenting no matter what. I don't think about the result. I don't think about the track that I want to make. I just think about making sounds, creating, bass lines, drum patterns, just by experimenting with new sounds, new plugins, exploring the Ableton library, exploring new samples, new effects chain, and sometimes the flow goes in the right direction, so I end up with something good. Sometimes it goes in the wrong direction and I get nothing at the end of the process. When I find something, it's also not said that you end up finding your signature sound, but you still find something which is different from what you've done before, and it's a bit more original, so it's worth trying to do this sort of sessions. For example, when I make my drums, I try to change the samples that I use every time, and sometimes I like to change those classic samples that I use with weirder drum machine samples, and this is very fun to do and ends up with with a more original drum pattern than the usual 909-ish type of drums. At the moment, I am experimenting on this new project with the output instruments, which are instruments that work inside Contact. And for example, in this track, I tried to use it to create this, sort of background. This is Exhale by Contact. It's a sort of vocal synthesizer, and every track that I make, I try to make something with this instrument, and to be honest, I've been able to find good stuff on it. It works good in the track. Another one still from Output that I really like is this X Loops. This is an incredible instrument because basically it has all samples inside that are played backwards, so it already creates this very particular effect that is amazing for backgrounds, but also you have a lot of FX presets that completely change the sound and makes it behave in a rhythmical way or other types of way. Check this out. This is crazy. There are other from Output like this Substance, which is for bassline. This, I'll be honest, I still have to start digging into it. But I'm pretty sure that among all of this more EDM-ish kind of stuff, there is also some good stuff for the music that we do. Okay guys, so this is it for this video. Of course the topic is super wide, so my intention was just to give you some inspiration, some motivation to keep looking for your sound, keep experimenting, keep going and researching and have fun making music. I'll see you in the next one guys. Bye bye.